fire drill. Does your family have an escape plan? No one thinks they'll be a victim of a house fire, but it is a fact that more incidents occur during the holidays. That's why it's imperative to practice fire safety. Start your holiday cooking with a clean stove and oven. When cooking, do not wear loose clothing or jewelry. Never leave cooking unattended. If you must leave the kitchen while cooking, turn off the stove or oven. Be aware of young children playing in the kitchen while the stove or oven is on. These tips will ensure a safe and enjoyable holiday for you and your family. Happy holidays from the Glendale Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Fritz Coleman from NBC4. I've got a question for you. Are you ready for the big one? I mean, do you have a plan? Have you built an earthquake kit or taken any type of training? Well, now would be a great time to begin. Just contact the American Red Cross Glendale Crescenta Valley chapter for more information on how to get started. You can visit our website at www.arcglendale.org. That's www.arcglendale.org. Do it. Just tell them Fritz sent you.
Did you know that an ambulance transport can cost as much as $1,000? Even with insurance, co-payments, and deductibles, it can still cost between $50 and $200 or more. But when you need emergency medical services, these costs should not be a concern. Acting on its commitment to provide high-level emergency medical services, the Glendale Fire Department has developed Glendale Medic, a voluntary membership program to help prevent these unexpected expenses. For only $60 a year, Glendale Medic gives residents unlimited access to emergency medical services and emergency transport from any Glendale location to local area hospitals. Membership covers the applicant and all family members living in the same household, all for the same low price. Local business owners can also offer the program as a benefit to their employees. Glendale Medic for Business provides the same service for up to 10 employees for the same price of $60 a year. For businesses with more than 10 employees, it's only $24 more a year for each additional 10 employees. Glendale Medic program members who have insurance and/or Medicare pay no out-of-pocket cost for emergency medical services provided by the Glendale Fire Department. Members who do not have medical insurance will receive a 50% discount on emergency ambulance bills. For added convenience, the membership fee can be added to an existing GWP bill on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, so there are no new bills in the mail to worry about. Belonging to Glendale Medic gives you the peace of mind in not having to worry whether your insurance will pay the bill for emergency paramedic and transport services. For more detailed information about Glendale Medic, please call 818-548-4041. The brochure and application are available for download at glendalefire.org.
Hello, I am Ani, and welcome to Glendale's Look Ahead, covering city meetings and events scheduled this coming week. A listing of these meetings with live air and replay times can be found on GTV6's website, glendale.tv, and on the bulletin board airing daily on Charter Channel 21. Please note that some of these meetings may be canceled or postponed after the original posting. To confirm, visit the city's website at glendaleca.gov or call the department responsible for that particular meeting. On Monday, December 8th, the Commission on the Status of Women has canceled their regularly scheduled meeting. For details, please call 818-548-4844. At 6 p.m., the Public Works Department will hold a community meeting on upcoming slurry seal and pavement repair projects in room 105 of the Municipal Services Building. To learn more, please call 818-548-3900. On Tuesday, December 9th, a meeting of the Economic Development Corporation and a joint meeting of the Successor Agency and Economic Development Corporation will meet in City Council chambers. the Housing Authority will meet at 3 p.m. in City Council chambers. This will be followed by a special meeting of the City Council and a joint meeting of the City Council and Economic Development Corporation. That evening, the Glendale City Council will meet at 6 p.m. For housing issues, please call 818-548-2060. For council business, please call 818-548-4844. At 6:30 p.m., Metro will host a community meeting on the Doran Street and Broadway Brazil project and the Environmental Management Center, 780 Flowers Street. To learn more, please call 888-937-4797. The Wednesday, December 10th meeting of Planning Hearing Officer has been canceled. For details, please call 818-548-2140. At 5 p.m., the Civil Service Commission will meet in City Council chambers. To learn more, please call 818-548-2110. On Thursday, December 11th, the Design Review Board will meet at 5 p.m. in room 105 of the Municipal Services Building. For details, please call 818-548-2140. Thursday evening is the final community meeting regarding the Glendale Narrows Riverwalk project. Please join the City of Glendale at the Pacific Community Center at 6:30 p.m. to discuss park and bridge locations and designs. To learn more, please call 818-937-8263. Thursday at 7 p.m., Kendall Brown, curator and professor of Asian art history at California State University, Long Beach, will discuss Quiet Beauty, the Japanese Gardens of North America at the Brand Library Recital Hall. To learn more, please call 818-548-2030. Also at 7 p.m., learn about Los Angeles wine, a history from the Mission era to the present with Stuart Biles at the Central Library Auditorium. To learn more, please call 818-548-2030. From Friday, December 12th through Sunday, December 14th, the historic Casa Adobe de San Rafael will host various luminaries events. Friday and Saturday evening from 5 to 8 p.m., enjoy an open house and holiday entertainment. Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m., enjoy the Adobe in all its holiday splendor. Learn more by calling 818-248-8151 or visiting the city's calendar. Also, Friday, December 12th, Community Services and Parks is offering parents a night out from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Parents can enjoy holiday shopping or a night in downtown Glendale without the kids. Recreation leaders will oversee games, activities, movies, and dinner for children ages 5 to 12 at the Pacific Community Center. The cost per child is $15. To learn more, please call 818-548-4098. Saturday, December 13th, the Glendale Historical Society will host a candlelight tour of the Doctor's House Museum from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. The museum will be decorated for the holidays in true Victorian style. Enjoy self-guided museum tours and live holiday music. For details, please call 818-242-7447. On Sunday, December 14th, enjoy holiday tea and Japan Culture Day from 12 to 4 p.m. at the Brand Friendship Garden, Soshin Tea House. There will be 2 traditional Japanese tea ceremonies with seatings at 1 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. The event will feature martial arts, demonstrations, live traditional music, and holiday gift bazaar. To learn more, please visit soshinteahouse.com. Stay connected with Glendale's exciting news and events by following My Glendale on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also stay connected with the Glendale City Connection. The email newsletter is sent out at the beginning of every month, covering events, news, and projects in your neighborhood. Visit the city's homepage to sign up. That's it for this week's edition of Glendale's Look Ahead. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Good. Adjourn.
We're going to go off the record. Take a 5-minute recess, please.
Shouldn't the camera be on me?
Russ? It's okay.
You know, I have a father who's dying and a daughter who's having a birthday. I really want to get this meeting over with. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the City of Glendale Civil Service Commission hearing for meeting for December 10, 2014. Thank you, Ms. Barbetia. May I please have a roll call?
Commissioner Devine?
Here.
Commissioner Manukian?
Here.
Chair Gazarian?
Here.
For the record, Commissioners Yakubian and Uriga are absent tonight.
Thank you. I'm going to ask that we jump ahead and take out of order the items that are on this evening's agenda. With that, I'd like you to read into the record item number 6.
Presentation of the 2014 Glendale Supervisory Academy.
Thank you, Mr. Doyle.
Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, we'd like to present to you the 2014 graduating class of the Glendale Supervisory Academy. This is a significant program within our organization where we identify really key individuals for career development and managerial development and put them through an entire year's worth of leadership and supervisory training. It's quite a big program, and we had 25 graduates this year. We recognized them earlier today at a luncheon, and we've invited them here today to be recognized by the Commission. So the Commission has been a great supporter of not only the concepts of civil service and career development, but you're well aware that this program has been quite an important key in our future organization. So what I'd like to do is just have each of the individuals who are here come up and just introduce themselves, say who they are, position they hold, what department, and then maybe the Commission has any comments.
Thank you.
So,
Graduate.
don't be shy.
Hi, I'm Damian Patrick, Senior Project Manager in the Information Services Department.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Christine Maldonado. I'm an Accounts Payable Technician 3 in Finance Department.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
My name is Christine Marcosi, and I'm a children's librarian for 2 of our branches, Pacific Park Branch Library and Library Connection at Adams Square.
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Irma Isayan. I'm admin analyst, currently working for Information Services Department.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
My name is Art Albaran. I'm from Forestry Department, crew supervisor.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Good evening, Arthur Bolbolian. I work for Community Development Department as Housing Advisor.
What's your last name?
Bolbolian.
Bolbolian?
Bolbolian.
Bolbolian, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You guys should all ask for raises now. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, seriously, congratulations. I know it's a long process, and you guys have earned it, and we appreciate it.
I want to once again individually congratulate Mr. McPatrick, Ms. Maldonado, Ms. Margosian, Ms. Isayan, Mr. Albaran, and Mr. Bolbolian. Undergoing any kind of training and sticking it out for an extended period of time is something to be commended, especially when one has many other obligations aside from employment. To do that, to better yourself and better the departments that you are supporting and being a critical part of, can only make me as a commissioner in the city extremely pleased. And I cannot thank you enough on behalf of the City of Glendale and on behalf of the Civil Service Commission. Congratulations. Yes, next item, please. Thank you.
Job bulletin for approval, police officer lateral transfer.
Thank you. Mr. Doyle?
Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, this is a request for approval of a job bulletin for lateral transfer police. The reason this is coming before you is that there's a slight modification to the general requirements of this position. As you know, lateral transfer infers that these individuals have completed an academy or at some capacity working as a sworn police officer. In this case, what we're asking is a minor change and to not require the basic post certificate, but to have a requirement imposed.
Mr. Doyle, we need to go on.
We're going to be going into recess. Okay, we're back on the record.
Mr. Doyle, please proceed.
Okay, we were talking about police officer lateral transfer bulletin. Again, this is a change to the minimum requirements. What we want to ensure with this recruitment is that the individual is currently employed in an agency. What we were getting in previous recruitments was individuals who had been employed. The post requirement only says that they had to be employed in the last 24 months. Mm-hmm. So we ended up with candidates who had been fired or were on their way out from.
Do you need a vote for
other
this?
agencies. We need a vote for this.
Okay, move to approve.
Second.
Unanimous. Thank you. I believe next item, please. Be item.
Oral communications.
No, actually, oral communications. Seeing no cars and no one approaching. Next item, please.
Public hearing, adoption of resolution, report on classified status proposal for DNA series.
I now declare the public hearing open. Mr. Doyle.
Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, all this is these two classifications, DNA laboratory supervisor and DNA specialist, were initially designated by the Commission as unclassified. At the time, we had requested this because these are positions that are grant funded, and we felt that if the funding were to have run out, we would have to have laid off the employees involved who were hired. We're to the point where we believe the funding is pretty solid. The lab is up and going, and it's state of the art. It's quite an asset for the organization and the regional community. And so we are therefore asking that the Commission therefore declare the DNA laboratory supervisor and the DNA specialist classifications as classified employees. And much of this is just to assist us with the recruitment and retention of those individuals in the positions.
As soon as he closes the public meeting, I'll vote. I can.
Very well. Any comments from my fellow commissioners?
Nope.
No. Any comments from the public? Seeing none, hearing none.
Move to approve.
I will now close the public hearing.
Move to approve.
Second.
Unanimous. Thank you. Next item, please.
Items number 9 through 16 will be combined. Class specification for approval. Item number 9, DNA series. Item number 10, the Deputy Director of Community Development. Item number 11, accounting series. Item number 12, accounting management series. Item number 13, budget series. Item number 14, budget manager. Item number 15, financial application series. Item number 16, fiscal operations manager.
Mr. Chair,
yes.
Just a point of clarification. These items are similar and can be handled by the HR director. If there's anyone in the public or here who'd like to address any one of these individually, we can pull them out and discuss them. But otherwise, you can take an action and approve all of them at the same time.
Very well. Perhaps this is the time I would like to see if there's anyone from the public that has any questions as to any of these items just stated. I will hold off such questions until Mr. Doyle addresses these items. Mr. Doyle?
Mr. Chair, I can address these individually or as a whole, but
As a whole would be acceptable.
Because we've read them individually.
Per my counsel, as a whole is acceptable. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
then again, these are all class specifications for approval. If there are questions, I'd be happy to try and answer them.
Move to approve.
I do have one
You
question.
have a question.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Please.
Okay. I just wondered on the Director of Community Development series, or the Deputy Director, why is the building and safety position removed from being eligible to apply for that position?
The building and safety, the building official is a higher paid position and it stands by itself. That one is a separate classification and it's a higher paid position. That's the only reason. And it requires additional licensing requirements that the deputy director position by itself doesn't.
Okay, but if you're a deputy director, you can move up to the director if you're in the deputy director.
The building official can as well.
The building official could apply for the
Yes, absolutely.
director. Okay.
There's nothing to prevent that from
Thank
happening.
you.
And the deputy building official, too.
I've moved to approve, and we have a second.
Unanimous. Thank you.
That would be for all items 9
through 16.
That is 9 through 16. I would like now to take up item number 2, which will be deferred. I just want the record to reflect item number 2.
Moving on to item number 2, minutes will be postponed to the following meeting. Next item will be item 17, report on firefighter disciplinary appeal procedure.
Thank you. Mr. Doyle?
Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, last month, staff brought forth a proposed change to the process for addressing firefighter disciplinary appeals, specifically for our sworn firefighter personnel who end up in disciplinary cases. This is being put forth to comply with the law relative to the Firefighter Procedure Bill of Rights. Last month, we presented a proposed policy and procedure, and the Commission provided very good input, particularly Chair Gazarian and Commissioner Harige. And what we've done is has incorporated those changes into a draft procedure, and those procedures are provided here in both a redline version as well as a clean version. These changes have been run by our Firefighters Association. They have no concerns and are in support of the policy as submitted. So with that, if you have questions, I'd be happy to try and answer them. Otherwise, this is here for your approval, and pending the Commission's vote, this is how we will handle disciplinary appeals for sworn firefighter personnel from this point forward.
Just a quick question I had. I'm assuming, obviously, this is all within the conforming within the Firefighters Bill of Rights, and all of that has been, because I thought, having watched some of the I was not present, but I did watch the comments, and I thought they were great comments, and I saw that it's been incorporated in it, and I'm ready to support it.
Commissioner Manukian, the intent of this policy was to incorporate all the facets of the Firefighter Procedural Bill of Rights to be consistent with the city charter and civil service rules, and we believe we've found a good process that would meet both. And this has been run by both outside legal counsel as well as our internal counsel. Ms. Maurer worked very closely with us on this policy, and we believe it meets the provisions of and just for the sake of the audience at home, when the single biggest change in the process would be that instead of having the Commission be the sole hearing body for these hearings, the Commission would hear it with the inclusion of an administrative law judge who would essentially preside over the hearing and rule on motions and such. But ultimately, the decision on the appeal, whether to uphold it, modify it, or overturn, would remain in the hands of the Commission as per the charter.
Yes, just 1 second, Commissioner Devine. That is my understanding. Is that is akin to having special counsel during our hearings but in lieu of special counsel, we would be having an administrative law judge making those legal decisions for us. Yes, Commissioner.
You mentioned that he presides over the hearing. If there's a hearing panel, for example, would he preside over that as far as setting dates and running the hearing? Or is he going to be like our existing attorney that's there to answer legal questions?
Commissioner Devine, it would be a combination of he or she would fill the role as the commission counsel, as we've used Mr. Potter and we've used other individuals, but there'd be a little bit more involvement relative to running the hearing, setting the dates, and again ruling on motions and such.
And will that person have a decision, a vote on the decision, or is it be the commission?
No, that person would not have a vote. It would be the decision would be that of the commission.
For the record, my tentative is to support this, Commissioner Devine, with that specific understanding, because on page 2 of what's been provided to us, appeal hearing procedures, it specifically states appeals shall be heard by the Civil Service Commission with an administrative law judge presiding at the hearing. Presiding at the hearing is all well, but the appeal shall be heard by the Civil Service Commission, and that to me means shall be decided by the Civil Service Commission. You have a motion?
Yeah, but I just want to clarify my understanding. What I'm supporting here is basically what you just said. The hearing is still going to be run by this commission. The decision, it's not.
Well, that's not my understanding. When you say run.
Okay. At least that's what I'm supporting, which the role of that individual is going to be just a little bit different than what it is today, where we would get more procedural on advice, but my understanding, and at least my support, is the hearings still run by this commission and by the hearing, unless you guys tell me otherwise.
Well, presiding over a hearing has a legal significance. When it says an administrative law judge shall preside at the hearing, that means that administrative law judge will run the hearing. Just like we've had in the past, where we've had special counsel taking on counsel for each party that has appeared before us, until such time that either of us have indicated a desire contrary to our special counsel's instructions. For example, if my special counsel in past closed hearings has said, I'm not going to let you answer that question, or you can't ask that question, I recall saying, actually, I'd like to hear the answer to that question. Now, if in this setting, an administrative law judge who is presiding at the hearing is going to say to a party, you may not ask this specific question, or I am going to direct you, witness, not to respond to that question, I believe, as the body that is charged with hearing the case, that we are able to tell the administrative law judge we'd like to hear from that person, but at the end of the day, that administrative law judge is presiding over the hearing. So those procedural decisions, in my opinion, are going to be the judge's decisions, administrative law judges at the steering wheel, until the end. When we retire to deliberate, we will make the decision as to the merits of the case. That's my understanding. Yes, Ms. Marbete.
Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, I just want to point out the section that addresses the concerns. It's Article 3, Section 1, subsection A, that says the administrative law judge shall rule on the admission and exclusion of evidence and advise the Civil Service Commission on matters of law. The Civil Service Commission shall exercise all other powers relating to the conduct of the hearing pursuant to pre-established City of Glendale rules.
Then I misunderstood, because I would not support that position. Because,
well, let me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. I mean, then I because there are many times, as you've brought up, that there are questions that are brought up, and we as the commissioners feel we want to hear the answer to those questions.
Mm-hmm.
And if there is now going to be a third party making that decision for me, I cannot support that.
Well, that I should just point out that that's a requirement in the government code.
Then how come we haven't been following it all this time?
But that's for the firefighters' Bill of Rights, not
Correct.
police officers'
Specific to
Bill of
the,
Rights or
this is
other-
a, the
This
government
is something
code
that's changed?
Specific to, it's something that was adopted as it relates to the firefighters' Bill of Rights, but it's coming before the commission for the first time. You haven't had to deal with any hearings relative to firefighters in the past, but because the rules are slightly different and they're mandated in the government code,
Sure.
it's best to have the rules established in the event that the issue does come up in the future.
I see. So the only reason we have not come across it is because we haven't been put in that position.
Yes.
Commissioner Manukian, the law was first put in effect in 2008, and at least since that time, we've not had a sworn firefighter appear before the commission on a discipline. So this is something we probably should have done a while back, but nevertheless, Ms. Varpetian is correct. We're trying to comply with the provisions of the government code and try to mesh those with our traditional authorities under the charter and civil service rules. And
in a polite way, we really don't have a choice, technically, unless
no.
If we want to be in violation.
Well, there were places where you did have a choice, and those were expressed, and they were incorporated here.
I saw that.
But as it relates to this specific section, then that's mandated in the government code.
I'd just like to follow up on Commissioner Zarian's example. If the ALJ says that is not admissible, say some testimony, and the commissioners feel that we'd like to hear it, as Mr. Manukian stated, does that mean that's the final answer? Because in our other hearings, when the chair rules on something, he can be overruled by the other members of the panel. So are we not having that same privilege with the ALJ?
I have to say that would probably be a question that we'd have to defer to the attorneys who worked on it, but the way I read it, the answer would be no, you would not overrule the ALJ's determination or the ruling on the admissibility or exclusion of evidence, because that's essentially what this says. It's the ALJ who makes that determination.
If I may, administrative proceedings generally are proceedings where hearsay is admissible. What I have experienced here in the past, in those hearings that we all are familiar about, quite a bit of push and pull where attempts have been made to introduce multiple hearsay or cumulative hearsay. And that is when there have been differences of opinion from time to time between the Commission and its counsel, not present counsel, but its counsel, wherein we have, during those proceedings, retained the right to thank our legal counsel for his or her opinion, but opt to hear that which is being propounded or offered or proffered for our ears. In this case, I believe we would not have that option because I agree with Ms. Varpetian. When the government code refers to an administrative law judge presiding over the hearing, that means the administrative law judge will run the hearing. We essentially will be functioning as jurors who will then go and make a decision. Now, I operate in good faith, and I believe that any administrative law judge who competently carries out his or her duties will also, in good faith, provide the latitude that the administrative proceedings are meant to provide. The admission of evidence in a more informal setting than that which I'm personally accustomed to in a court of law. If we see that such an administrative law judge, in our collective opinion, is in fact not following the spirit of administrative proceedings, I suppose we then have the option to go to wherever it is that is the right place to go and ask that a different administrative law judge be assigned to such a hearing in the future. So those administrative law judges operate at their peril. They can be fair and impartial, like everyone in every walk of life, or if they fail to or they neglect to, then they suffer consequences. I'm not concerned about that at this point.
Who hires and pays for the ALJ?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, I believe it would be the city.
City?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Very well. Do you have any questions?
No.
Is there a motion? Is there no motion? I cannot make a motion.
You can pass the gavel if you want to make the motion.
I'm just digesting this. I agree with what you're saying, and I understand. And actually, I really don't see that we have too much options here if we want to be in compliance, so I move to approve.
I'll second it.
All right. Second? Unanimous. Thank you.
Can I have your gun?
Next item, please.
Civil Service Commission, staff comments.
Mr. Chair, I just want to make sure that if we're continuing items 4 and 5, that we make a record of that.
I would like us to continue items 4 and 5. Is that okay, Mr. Doyle?
Certainly. And items 2 as well, correct?
I think we
Item
already
2
said
we
that.
deferred already to next meeting because my fellow commissioners were not all present. I don't have a quorum to approve the minutes. Where are we now?
Move to adjourn.
Number 18.
Move to
comments?
adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
No, what was it? Civil Service Commission comments. Do we have a next meeting scheduled this year? Because I'm not sure we are going to be able to have one.
No, Mr. Chair, the next meeting, if it were to fall on the regular scheduled date, would be December 24th.
So we will not be having one.
December 24th?
Yes.
So
That's why I do have a staff comment. I want to wish the entire city of Glendale family of civil servants very happy holidays and a happy new year. And I want to wish my 14-year-old daughter a very happy birthday. And I want to wish my father a speedy recovery. Thank you all for a wonderful year. See you all next year. Thank you.
thank you.
Adjourned?
Adjourn.
Thank you.
We're adjourned at 5:40.